folks. Today we are going to be doing another anti-haul because guess what? I'm currently on my period, so, you know, it just happens that way.
Is it fertilized? No.
Literally, I have it timed. Hello, welcome to September's anti-haul. We are already 12 days into September as I'm filming this. That's not okay. The fact that we're already like almost halfway into September. How? Literally how? I've gathered some things here on my phone that we're going to talk about why I don't need them and why I'm not going to buy them. If you are new to my channel or to anti-hauls in general, it is a series of videos popularized originally by Kimberly Clark, who is a drag queen content creator and activist in general, performer. Kimberly started doing these like years ago, and then I started doing them because they sounded really fun, and I've been doing them ever since. You guys seem to like them. I really like making them, so that's the deal. Also, I feel like I've worn this Eddie Burbeck shirt so many times in videos recently, but it's so comfortable, okay? I bought like a 3X and I cut it into a crop top, so it's comfortable. All right, so we have a series of things we're gonna talk about today that I don't need. Let's talk about Too Faced, okay? So Too Faced has two different palettes that I've seen recently. They are kind of teasing their holiday stuff. I'm sure next month we will have like a plethora of holiday products. Right now is a little bit of the calm before the storm. It's a little slow right now, I think, because they're gonna be pushing out like products like mad next month. But they have the cinnamon swirl palette that smells like freshly baked cinnamon rolls. And looking at this palette, I'm like, this is exactly the pumpkin spice palette. That's just like maybe smells slightly different because there's cinnamon and pumpkin spice. So not only did they recycle the color story from the pumpkin spice palette, they also recycled the scent because there's cinnamon and pumpkin spice. I'm like,
what? Huh?
And there were two iterations of the pumpkin spice palette too. So this is, I mean, the packaging is cute. I love cinnamon buns. They're delicious and they're cute, but like, no. And like I mentioned with the pumpkin spice palette, when they came out, I don't like the idea of putting like spicy things on my eyes. On my eyes sounds like it would be like weird. Lip gloss? Yes, give me cinnamon lip gloss. Absolutely. Plumping cinnamon lip gloss.
Give it to me.
But a cinnamon eyeshadow palette, this is a gimmick of all gimmicks, as Too Faced is known to do. So it's for holiday probably. Yeah, so it's gonna be crap quality. Because Too Faced notoriously has bad quality Christmas stuff. Not my thing, not a fan. However, somebody tagged me in this, and it's a sneak peek, so this isn't coming until spring. Jared Blandino, the head, or like, I don't know if he is like the CEO anymore or if he's just on the board. He's like the guy up at the top at Too Faced. They have a collection that, oh, there's like New Better Than Sex mascara and waterproof mascara. But there's also a palette that's like butterflies. And like, okay, they kind of got me there. Like a baby blue with like brightly spring colored butterflies. Please butterflies? I have butterflies. I have a fucking Morpho blue preserved butterfly in a frame in my room. I love butterflies. Please, like, can butterflies be a thing? They're so cool and fascinating looking. But then when I looked at the color story on the inside, I was like, oh, I have this like 4 times already. Like, give me a butterfly mirror or like a butterfly compact or like a highlighter with butterflies on it. Like,
give it to me.
Honestly, it looks kind of like the like a lighter and less saturated version of ABH Amrezy palette that came out like a year or so ago. Like, it looks kind of like that with the blue and the pink and like the warm neutrals. Like, that's what it looks like. I don't need this, even though the packaging is very cute. It's very cute. Like, I actually, that's a really cute packaging from Too Faced. Usually I think their packaging is tacky, but like, this is cute as hell. So like, you know, I can't fault them for, the packaging is cute. I like it. Like, I like it. Okay, Physicians Formula, like I've mentioned before, and like, I feel like a lot of people have mentioned before. Physicians Formula continues to bang the nail in the coffin even further every time they come up with a new like butter thing, bronzer, highlight, whatever. And this is a new collection of Butter Buddies. This just looks like they're like stealing design ideas from like K-Beauty, but you know, everybody steals from K-Beauty these days. But they have one highlighter,
Butternut,
Bitter Butter, Illuminating Powder. What's the difference between that and a highlighter? Miss Butterfly, a blush, that, okay. Baby Butter, Banana Powder, Butter Puff, a bronzer, and then Butterscotch, which is a mattifying powder. they just come out with collections without having any sort of like range of things. Like it's one bronzer, it's one blush, it's one highlighter, it's one mattifying powder that says it's translucent, but it's white in the pan. It's like, nobody asked for this Physicians Formula. People are asking for other things. Expand the butter bronzer to have like, I don't know, more shades. Butter buddies? Bitter butter. The illuminating powder is like green? I don't understand. Being butter makes buddies, and there's nothing butter than being buddies. Oh, fuck. And also, the fact that the butterscotch, this is also funny. The fact that the mattifying powder is called butterscotch, but it's not the shade butterscotch, make it butterscotch. If you're gonna call a powder butterscotch and it's white, I've never had white butterscotch. That sounds gross. Baby butter. That's also, baby butter is way too close to baby batter, and I can't, and also butternut. Stop it. Abigail, stop it. Baby butter, baby. Physicians Formula, stop that. Oh no.
Fuck this shit, I'm out.
Literally the bottom comment, why is the butterscotch shade white powder and the butter puff shade a bronzer? Shouldn't those names be reversed? Also, only one shade of bronzer.
Unsurprising.
Pretty much. Next, we have the new iteration of the Sugar Pill Fun Size 2 eyeshadow palette. And, you know, I don't need this because I feel like it's like a little bit too similar to the one that I have, but I like the one that I have. So if you didn't get your hands on the first one and you were kind of wanting it, if it's the same formula as the previous one, like I can vouch for the formula of the first version of the Fun Size palette, it's good. I don't need this. Final Boss looks pretty, the like darker blue, and like button mash, but I'm not actually a huge fan of that Kelly green color on me. Like I like more of a like olivey green or like a yellowy green. I'm not a big fan of just straight up like Kelly green on my eyes. So there are some shades in here that I don't feel like I would get much use out of. I am suspicious of that yellow shade being as bright and pigmented as it is because I just want Butter Cupcake. Again, I need to buy Butter Cupcake because that's like the best yellow eyeshadow I've ever used. It isn't something that I need. Like I said, I like the formula of the first one. So if you like this color story and you wanted to try out some Sugar Pill eyeshadows, this is probably good. Like this is a good way to do it because it's tiny and usually the Sugar Pill eyeshadows are so big, you're spending a lot for it and you might not use all of it up. So I do like this. It's too similar to the one that I have and I don't need it because of that. So next, HipDot is a brand that I've always kind of been interested in and I've always just like kept track of their palettes and their releases. And I feel like when a brand is so focused on doing collabs with intellectual properties and companies, it doesn't feel like that they have much of a brand identity themselves when they're constantly collaborating with other things. Like I know they had like the My Chemical Romance palette and then they did like a SpongeBob one. They've done a ton of collabs, like so many, which is like really cool for an indie brand to do. It's not my favorite kind of stuff. Like the packaging and everything is not like, I'm not big on necessarily. And they have a giant collab with Hasbro, which again, cool, right? But there's a Monopoly palette and a Ouija board palette. And Monopoly seems like a weird choice because it's like capitalism. It just seems like a weird palette. The negative space, the unused space in the Monopoly palette bothers me. There's a Play-Doh palette that just has the Play-Doh logo, like literally just the Play-Doh logo. And then the Ouija board palette is the exact same Ouija board that my sister has. Like we have that Ouija board, like that design, we own this. We don't have a planchette to go along with it, so we've never used it.
How we can do planchette without using Ouija board?
We have that exact Ouija board, which is a Hasbro one. It just feels a little bit weird to have, like, to do these collabs with big, like, game companies, cartoons, stuff like that, but there's no brand identity for HipDot for this. Like, I really want them to be able to, and to continue to do things that, like, they have their own brand identity, and that we get to see what kind of brand they are, but, like, constantly doing with collabs with companies, I don't know, I want them to do things themselves, and I want to see what they can do when they're not connected to a large company. So that's just my 2 cents. And the fact that the Play-Doh one is literally just the Play-Doh logo with like a teeny tiny thing that says HipDot, and then the Monopoly one, like very small thing that says HipDot. So much of what I see from them is it's like they made makeup that the big brand just slapped all of their logo on, like all of the branding. Like rather than it being Hip.X Play-Doh or Hip.X Hasbro, it's Hasbro X Hip Dot. It just feels like there's more branding, I guess, for the big company than the makeup brand, which I kind of feel bad for. Like, I wish they would have more of like a singular independent like brand identity themselves without a big corporation to collab with. You know what I mean? I don't know. One thing, okay, this I kind of have to talk myself out of because I have been so anti-buying from Natasha Denona because the palettes are so expensive. But this is one of the $65 ones, which I have bought some palettes for $65 in the past. But this new retro eyeshadow palette from Natasha Denona features 15 romantic burgundy and mauve shades combined with gray browns, taupes, dusty roses, and vintage pinks. Perfect to create romantic retro inspired looks. I don't necessarily know what's retro about this, but this is pretty as hell. This is so pretty. Like, honestly, this is the first Natasha Denona palette where I've seen it and I'm like, oh damn, I like that. Like, I would buy that. But the closer I look at it, it looks really similar to, oh, Josh has all my palettes. Fuck. I know it looks really similar to a Midas palette that I have, and then really similar to a, the grunge palette that I have from Give Me Glow has a lot of similar shades in there as this one with like slightly other tones in there. So I might wait to see what reviews are of this because like, I don't know, this is pretty and I might buy it. I don't know. This I'm like, oh shit, like that's really pretty. Who knows? I don't know. I might do it. Fuck. I might do it. I can't. I shouldn't. Maybe. I don't know.
Next.
We're going to talk about some celebrity skin hair care brands. I have mixed feelings about celebrities coming out with like makeup and skincare brands because I feel like it's this generation's perfume. Because back when I was a kid, like every fucking female celebrity came out with a perfume. Perfumes were the thing back in the day, in the early 2000s. Perfumes, even in the 90s. Now that's makeup brands and makeup palettes and skincare and hair care. Granted, it's different than coming out with an entire makeup brand or skincare brand. Like Millie Bobby Brown has Florence by Mills. Selena Gomez has Rare Beauty, and Rihanna has Fenty Beauty, and Lady Gaga has House Labs. So it's definitely like, it's a bigger undertaking than just a perfume. Jennifer Aniston actually has a new brand called Lola V, which I'd never heard of before like 2 days ago. That's a hair care brand. 99% naturally derived, vegan, cruelty-free, color safe, suitable for all hair types without silicone sulfates. So I haven't read the ingredients specifically, so it's good that there's no silicones. Or, I mean, you probably wouldn't want sulfates in a detangler. That'd be kind of weird. Not that I don't like Jennifer Aniston, but I've never really cared that much. Like, Friends wasn't a thing that I was really, really into. I mean, I guess of all the celebrities to make hair stuff, like, Jennifer Aniston kind of makes sense because she's always been known, well, among many other things, for her hair. So it makes sense, but it's not something that I feel like I need to buy. I have hair care stuff that I really like from Kenra, from Amika, from Way. Those are the main hair care stuff that I've used. Yeah, that I still have. AG hair. Hair and skin are things that I feel like I pay a little bit more attention to as far as if I'm gonna buy something from a celebrity or like an influencer. I have less to lose when I buy a makeup product or something that's not for the health of my skin or my hair when I buy that from like a celebrity owned brand. When it's hair or skincare, I want to trust the people who do my hair and who have been doing my hair and who do hair for a living. That's where I get all my recommendations for the most part for hair care stuff. Like I bought my shampoo because my hairdresser Brooke recommended it to me. I bought my flat iron and my shine spray from Amika because it's what my hairdresser recommended to me. And so I don't necessarily care about Jennifer Aniston's opinion on hair care. I don't really have a need for a detangler at all. Yeah, I don't have a need for a detangler. I also feel like just detangler, like, is it a conditioner? Is it a leave-in conditioner? Is it a shine spray? Is it a heat protectant? Does it just detangle? Like, I don't know. It says gloss detangler, so it makes your hair shinier and less tangled. I don't know. Right? That makes sense to me. Yeah, so I don't need that. But the kind of main one that I was scrolling through Sephora, right? And cause I'll go through Instagram. Usually where I find things is I'll scroll through several Instagram accounts that are all about like makeup releases. And then usually I'll go to Sephora, look at the new releases and see what kinds of stuff that they have. And I kept seeing something from Item Beauty and I was like, what the fuck is Item Beauty? Never heard of this, never seen it. And I click on it and it's Addison Rae's makeup brand, like skincare brand. Since when? Okay, I usually don't pay attention to TikTokers because I don't have TikTok. But I am so fucking sick of Addison Rae being in literally everything. Like, whoever is her management team needs to chill the fuck out because making terrible remakes of 90s classics, don't need that.
Given the right look, the right boyfriend, bam, in 6 weeks, she's the one being crowned prom queen.
Making skincare brands that automatically get inside Sephora? I hate that. I really do. And I know that this is the way that skincare and makeup is going because skinfluencers, is that the term? I don't know. Skincare influencers are becoming more and more popular and more lucrative. So I know that this is where it's going, but it still pisses me off because skincare is something that I do take seriously because I have sensitive skin. The fact that a fucking TikToker can come out with a skincare line out of literally nowhere and have it automatically be inside the biggest makeup store in the world, really, is bullshit. That's bullshit. Like, that's so stupid. It's one thing, like I said, to have makeup. Like if you have a makeup palette or you do a makeup thing with another brand or you come up with your own makeup brand. I don't know the first thing about why Addison Rae has any authority to tell people what they should use on their skin. Literally, I was watching a couple of reviews of the He's All That movie and there's like multiple product placement in there. She's an influencer in the movie, like doing sponsored posts, and then in the film, there's obviously product placement elsewhere. It's such a mindfuck. It's so weird. Really, like I don't know who she is. I don't care. Honestly, whoever is her manager needs to reel it in and stop, please, because I am tired. I'm tired of seeing TikTokers just be like shoved into literally every business opportunity and lucrative thing just to make money. It's kind of dumb. And the fact that they've been able to work with Sephora to get this like unknown skincare brand out of nowhere launched in part with a early 20-something-year-old TikToker who got famous for dancing. Not even good, like not even like dancing that well. Why should I listen to her skincare advice? Why should anybody buy her skincare? I don't know. It was so dumb. I was like, are you kidding? She wasn't even known for like her skincare stuff. At least if it's an influencer that is known for skincare content or makeup content, that makes sense, right? She doesn't talk about that shit anywhere. Like, I don't ever remember seeing anything about Addison Rae's makeup or skincare content. Like, does she have any authority? It's dumb. And I really don't like that. I really don't like that. And it's frustrating, especially because it's skincare. $14 lip glaze, $14 lip oil, $15 lash snack, $22 powder hour, $15 brow gel. Yeah, so the stuff isn't like super expensive, but more expensive than I would say most of the people who follow her content would want to spend. I don't know, I feel like most of her audience is like young people. So these are like, why would it be at Sephora? Like if you're gonna have a brand with somebody who has a young audience, do it in Ulta, if anything, because then you can have more like drugstore prices. But to have Sephora, which is known for their like luxury stuff, it does not compute. I think it's stupid. I think it's very stupid. Like I said, it's no hate against Addison because I'm sure she isn't making any of these business decisions herself and that she has people like pulling the strings and being like,
oh, you should do this and you should do this and you should make money doing this and oh my god, you have to take this opportunity. Like,
it's not her doing it. It's people who are trying to exploit her fame for money. So I don't like that. Yeah. Was that everything I wanted to talk about? I saw the new Jeffree Star products. The like Star Ranch or whatever the hell. I have not seen an uglier palette packaging in a long time.
That's my opinion!
Like what? Why is he commodifying like Wyoming? Just the state of Wyoming. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about that. Obviously, I don't want that for many reasons. Yeah, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about. Like I said, things have slowed down. Like ColourPop really doesn't have much coming out right now that at least has made me mad. Like I'm not a fan of Tinkerbell. I feel like Tinkerbell is overrated. So like, but the collection actually looks kind of cute. Like I wish when people did Peter Pan collabs, it wasn't all fucking Tinkerbell because like she's not the most important character in it. She tried to kill Wendy. I kind hate Tinkerbell. If you disagreed with any of these, or if you like any of these products, you own any of these, like, and you like them, go on liking them. I'm not here to tell you what you can't like, because it's all a matter of opinion, and this is all my personal opinion. Please don't take it personally. The brands literally don't give a shit. Please don't give more of a shit than the brands do, because they don't. For today's song of the day, let's see. We Are Scientists, my faves, has a new song out. They have a new song called You've Lost Your Shit, and it's short, and actually it's 3 minutes, it's not 2 minutes. They've had some songs that are 2.5 minutes long, and I'm like, guys, give me more. Yeah, they released the music video a couple of days. It's kind of weird and kind of creepy. They make the weirdest music videos, I swear to God. But the song's called You've Lost Your Shit, and it's loud and fun and rock and roll, and they're my faves. So definitely go check that out. I will leave a link in the description, as well as a link to all of my other social medias, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Twitch, as well as my P.O. Box. Thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you are still enjoying my anti-hauls. Like I said, next month we'll probably ramp up because there's gonna be a fuck ton of holiday releases that I just get to rag on. So yeah, let's start a discussion in the comments down below if there's any products that you've seen that you've been wanting to anti-haul, things that you think are weird or dumb or whatever. Hope you have a good rest of your week, everyone. I hope you are having a good day. I hope you are taking care of yourself, both mentally and physically. Sleep, hydrate, take care of yourselves, please. Thanks for watching, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!